here. Yes, your first video of the year. Welcome to the Auction League Fantasy Week Doubleheader Week review. So, guys, let's get a few things out of the way first. The pick'ems. We have 4 weeks left. We've hit the halfway mark. Fester, Jimmy, you have a 2-point lead with Running Freeman, which I believe Running Freeman. That must be Gilkison, I'm going to guess. Gilkison and Mike O'Reilly at 39. Mean Machine, A Team with No Name, and Arkham Fugitives at 38. And then the rest are kind of just on the outside looking in. 4 weeks left of the pick'ems. Then, King of the Mountain has just been set again by, Dragon Balls again. So, Dragon Balls, you upped your point total to now 193.95 with this week's totals. So, we have passed the doubleheader. We made it through. Congratulations. We all just powered through it and just got through it. Now, single teams or single games for the rest of the year. Who benefited from the doubleheader? Well, obviously, the Grass Kickers and Dragon Balls did with their 160 to 100 and whatever point total. That would have been really sad if Grass Kickers played Dragon Balls this week. But no, he played me and had an easy win. But I have to say, with that 1 point, Robert's team, this is a good year because Robert's team sucks. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to have to worry about him going to the playoffs and winning. Thank God. That's the last thing we need is another win from Robert. But Robert played me, and I had a horrible game. He was beating me by 1 point. The whole Chiefs game, Monday Night Football, and I had the Chiefs defense. The whole night he's beating me. And then the game's pretty much over. Except for that last fumble and then run back for a touchdown. That play made me beat Robert. That one play at the last play of the game. I wonder if Robert was watching that or not. It's so funny. I thought for sure, I just got swept in this league. Nope, I won. At least one, at least. Any other cool games? There was a few cool games, I guess. A team that has no name. 106 points. Got beat by Fester. But he could have had 160 points if he played. Do you play Jared Goff over Marcus Mariota? You would have had 11 more points. Yeah. Do you play LeGarrette Blount over Wendell Smallwood? Oh, I guess they had the exact same amount of points. 20. They could have played both of them. I don't think you play Alvin Kamara. No, I think Mark played his lineup that you would have played. DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, and T.Y. Hilton. It's just Sammy Watkins and T.Y. Hilton did crap, like literally crap. Yeah, Mark, you just had a bad game and you lost. You probably lost both. The boys, why is your team so bad? 0-5. Let's study this. Carson Palmer, he got you 31. He usually has been struggling, but he got you 31. Tevin Coleman is a starting running back on your roster. He got you 20.5 points, but still, that's not going to happen all the time or regularly. And Mark Ingram, yeah, he's going to be a frustrating guy all year. Theo Riddick. You have Theo Riddick. Who could you play instead of Theo Riddick? Andre Ellington. Well, you could play Andre Ellington. You got Adam Thielen. So you could play 3 receivers, Adam Thielen, Michael Crabtree if he's healthy. Well, because you got Steph Diggs and Julio Jones. I don't know why you're having a bad. You're 0-5, but that team doesn't look that bad. Julio Jones has been a bust. Yeah. So far, Julio has been very, very disappointing, to say the least, right? So you score 103 points. I just don't see how you're not scoring points. Your team should be averaging like 130 easily. Watch out, I guess, huh? you might come back and squeak in the playoffs. But, Robert, you can only give 2 more losses out of the rest of the season and make the playoffs. Maybe 3 more losses and squeak into the playoffs. But if you get 4 more losses, you're done. You're definitely toast. As for me, with my team, I just can't figure out what player to play correctly because I have a good team. I just don't play the right players. Like, I benched Amir Abdullah this week. Oh, guess what? He got 25 points. And Melvin Gordon and Isaiah Crowell got single digits. So I just have a problem starting the right players. I suck at team management sometimes. Show me TDs. Scoring 108 points also. Man, I think this week was just a bad week for a lot of teams. There was a lot of teams with 100 and like low hundreds. So that's what I blame it on. But you did just lose Dalvin Cook. Ouch. That's a big one. Big one. Luckily, you got Marshawn Lynch on the bench because he's really awesome. I mean, he's tearing it up. I'd be playing Jamal Charles over Marshawn Lynch probably. Oh, man. Well, at least, I mean, you got Terrence West because he's really tearing it up too. Tom, I think you're going to be on a bad spell soon. Oh, Mike O'Reilly, though. Hello. He's having a good year. He's got, what's his record? Record-wise, where is he at? 4-1. He's got Dak Prescott, who's, Dak is not a quarterback that's going to be a 40 to 50 pointer. But if you look at his numbers for fantasy, Dak has averaged right at 30 points, 28 to 34 points every week. I'll be happy with that if I have other players that average 20 points. Get 30 points from my quarterback, I'm happy. Dak, Jordan Howard, Lamar Miller, who finally had a great game, Devontae Parker, who has been steady, a 10 to 15 pointer guy, Sterling Shepard, who has really stepped in, and Zach Ertz, Demaryius Thomas. That's not bad. You did just lose Derek Carr, so you better hope Dak Prescott is a stud. Doug Martin's getting ready to come back. You got a pretty solid team. And you did what I did too. I benched Dez Bryant, and you benched him. And he actually got 15 points. Yeah, Mike, you got a pretty good team. The Factory of Sadness. Poor David. Gets punked by Dragon Balls. I mean, at least, hey, like I said, if you're going to lose, I would rather lose big, which you did. Because Dragon Balls had 194 points. Alex Smith, 41 points from Alex Smith. Oh, my gosh. And he won. Craig could have played Jameis Winston and got 42 points. But he played Alex Smith and got 41 still. Unbelievable. Ezekiel Elliott, 35. Todd Gurley, 41. I think if Todd Gurley stays healthy the whole year, saying this now, Todd Gurley stays healthy the whole year, I'm willing to bet over 70% of all fantasy league champion teams have Todd Gurley on their roster. I'm just saying, he has been unbelievable all year. And I'll give props to Craig. I know he's a 49er fan, so he took Carlos Hyde because he wanted a 49er, but Carlos Hyde is playing really good too. Keenan. I thought I said Kareem Allen. Keenan Allen finally had a good game. Craig, you really going to play Carlos Hyde and Pierre Garçon a lot? Because that I don't really recommend. 2 49ers. Yeah, I don't know if I recommend that, buddy. Could you play anyone else? No, you don't have your wide receiver roster is really iffy. So I guess you got to play unless you can find someone. Allen Hurns, maybe play Allen Hurns. Anyway, back to Tom. Tom with Tom Brady. Tom with Tom Brady. Chris Carson, good pickup for 1 week, and then he's done for the rest of the year. Duke Johnson is and Ty Montgomery. Amendola. That team just doesn't sound sexy. Sorry, man. Jordan Matthews, who also got hurt. Good job. You lost 2 players this week. Who the heck is Matthew Days? Only a Cleveland Brown fan would know. Eddie Lacy. Hey, Eddie Lacy will probably step in as the starting running back now. Jamal Williams, he also got hurt. You had 3 players. Let's see, Chris Carson, Ty Montgomery, Jordan Matthews, Jamal Williams. You had 4 players get hurt this week. Dang, that sucks. And you have Greg Olsen still on your roster. Mark versus the Fugitives. That was a close one. Mark won 140 to 131. Fugitives. Tarek Cohen is going to be a frustrating guy. You know what? Tarek Cohen got 10 points, but he had a touchdown and probably an additional 20 or 30 yards called back because he supposedly stepped out of bounds, which I really don't think he stepped out of bounds. There was grass between his feet and the chalk. So that took away probably 7 more points. And Jordan Howard would have had less because Jordan Howard got a touchdown after that. But, Steve, Joe Mixon's going to be a frustrating guy. Ted Ginn Jr., you got to have some starters on the bench, right? Chris Ivory, no, you don't. Martavius Bryant might be your best backup. Yeah, you don't have much of a bench. Not much of a bench there, Steve. So you're going to be riding with not a good wide receiver. At least one. Sorry, man. Adam. That's you, Adam. With your Carson Wentz, Devontae Freeman, or Cam Newton, huh? Wow, Cam Newton had 50 points. Let's see if he can keep that up. Devontae Freeman, Kareem Hunt, and everyone. I'm telling you now, the Redskins lost the game, which I'm glad they lost. Don't get me wrong. The Redskins lost the game because you have Chris Thompson, who tore it up for 2 weeks in a row, and you don't use him pretty much the whole game. You used him very, very little at all. And you use Rob Kelly, who did good. I'll give him that until he got hurt. That Perrine guy did pretty good too. But Chris Thompson tore it up for 2 weeks in a row, and you don't use him. Everyone in Fantasy World probably started Chris Thompson. I started Chris Thompson. And then, I don't know if you noticed, he got 1.2 points. If you're a Chris Thompson fantasy owner, you thought he had at least 4 points. But did you know that last fumble of the game was they gave the fumble to Chris Thompson and then they ran it back for a touchdown, which is another -2. Yeah. Because I ended up losing a game. I didn't know that until literally just now. That I won against Robert because of that fumble, but I lost in my keeper league because of that fumble. Because I thought I won by 0.3 of a point. But since I got -4 out of it, I ended up losing by 4 points. Ticked me off. Chris Hogan, Michael Thomas. I mean, that's a good team. Adam's got a good team. I'll tell you what. Devontae Freeman, Kareem Hunt, C.J. Anderson, Frank Gore. Holy cow, you are stacked at running backs, Adam. Then you got Chris Hogan, Michael Thomas. Who's your other wide receiver? And Doug Baldwin. Wow, Adam, your team is stacked. You just need, if I was you, I'd be trying to trade for a really good quarterback instead of playing a quarterback merry-go-round. Who's your tight end? Cameron Brate, who did good, or Jordan Reed if he's healthy. I'll have to say, Adam, your team's pretty smooth looking right now. 140 points. Oh, you sneak by and beat Steve. Mean Machine. Yeah, Mean Machine, you kick my butt. Let's see if you have such an awesome team. All right, no, not Mean Machine. I'm thinking of Grass Kickers. That's it. Grass Kickers kick my butt. Mean Machine, did I go through your team yet? With McCaffrey, McCoy, Cooks, Jarvis Landry, Rashard Matthews, Jimmy Graham. You know, you're probably bored with this video already. I would probably be bored with this video already. I'd be like, dude, just shut up. I'm just trying to go through how these teams are playing so well or not. You know, just bear with me. The weeks after this, I'm just going to go through really quick. You know, but right now I'm just trying to see whose team is actually looking good right now. And Russell Wilson, McCaffrey has been a bust. Everyone hyped him up before the draft. I'll admit, I took him in the 3rd round of Snake League. I probably should. Hindsight's 2020. This rookie, who you knew Jonathan Stewart was going to start, and he's just going to be a 3rd down pass catching guy. He's no more than a 6th, 7th round guy. He's not a 3rd round guy. And I don't know how much you paid for him, Mark, but you probably overpaid. Especially since you don't have any running backs. None. Maybe you should try and trade Russell Wilson to Gilkison. The Grass Kickers, how the heck did you score 167 points with Jay Cutler on your freaking starting roster? You could have had 180 or 90 if you started Phillip Rivers. Le'Veon Bell obviously woke up. Bilal Powell got lucky and had a great game. Mike Evans had a good game. Jordy Nelson, great game. Mohamed Sanu, gone. Right? How does that add up? Oh, the Texans defense, 26 points. There's your 167. Because if you look at your bench sucks. You just got lucky and had a really, really good game on doubleheader week, which finally got your first 2 wins of the game. You were 0-3, and now you're 2-3. How does that happen? How does that happen? Fugitives split. Yeah, so who were the benefactors of this doubleheader? Let's just see. The benefactors, Grass Kickers, obviously Dragon Balls, Old Influence, and Gilkison, Running Freeman. You all were the benefactors of the doubleheader, all getting the 2-0 sweeps. Luckily, I split. So did Fugitives, Factory of Sadness. But unfortunately, Du Bois and Show Me TDs and the Mean Machine and a team that has no name all swept. Sorry, guys. But it's crazy. All the teams that this whole thing, it just made the divisions all tight again because the Mustard division 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 1-4. Catch up 4-1 is the only you have. Mike, you have a 2-game lead, and then we're all then 2-3, 2-3, 0-5. Dragon Balls, because Running Freeman also swept. You didn't gain any ground. You're 5-0. Only an undefeated team left, I think, in all my leagues. And then Gilkison's 4-1, and then 3-2, 3-2. I mean, that's a tough division. I'm just saying. So this week we're back to regular single game. We got a tough week. Bye week start. Don't forget, bye week start this week. Old Influence versus the Running Freeman. Here, let's go to the pick'ems. Let's see who should I think will win. Well, Running Freeman currently has a lot of bye weeks. Holy cow. Devontae Freeman, Chris Thompson, Michael Thomas, Will Lutz, all on a bye. So with that being said, with your bench players, I'm going with Old Influence for the knockdown. I mean the lock of the week win. Suck for Luck versus Factory of Sadness. So I am going to guess we don't have hardly any bye week issues. Factory of Sadness has Duke, Eddie Lacy, who now will probably start, so he benefited from that. But then his receivers, Paul Richardson, Danny Amendola, and Kendall Wright. Not really excited about that. Do I play Davante Adams after that horrendous hit that was horrible? Or Larry Fitzgerald? I still think I should win, but my team's been really bad lately. Dragon Balls playing Fester. I mean, I got to go with the undefeated Dragon Balls. Got to go with him. I mean, his team's averaging 100 and something, 50 points a game. So Dragon Balls is going to win. Grass Kickers versus the Fugitives. Fugitives doesn't have Drew Brees this week. So he's got Matt Stafford, who's been good, but not spectacular like I thought he would be. So I'm going to go Grass Kickers. Upset. Could it be an upset? I think it's an upset. I'm going to say it's an upset, and I'm going to go Grass Kickers. A team that has no name versus Show Me TDs. Well, no Kirk Cousins, so you got to play Roethlisberger, but he's at home, so he could be really good. So I'm going to say a team that has no name is going to be a team that has no win, because TD is going to win. Just a guess. Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at Dalvin Cook. I was looking at his projected points, not remembering that, oh, yeah, he's out for the year. So who are you going to play instead? Kelvin Benjamin, because you got two running backs. You know what? Flip it, change it. A team has no name is going to beat the TDs. Mean Machine versus the boys that has Tevin on a bye, Mark Ingram on a bye, Julio Jones on a bye. That means Mean Machine is going to easily make the boys 0-6. Whoa, 0-6. Robert, say goodnight. Go play DraftKings for the rest of the year because this is it, buddy. You're done for. Toast. I don't know what else to say because you're probably sick and tired of hearing my voice. 22 minutes. If you've lasted this long, props to you. I probably would have fell asleep by now. Just saying. All right, guys. So have a good week. Go Chiefs. Make it 5-0. Yeah, this is so good. All right.